Hey guys, let's get more news from Dallas Cowboys, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Cowboys playoff scenarios, examining the top 3 possibilities. The Dallas Cowboys went into Buffalo and laid an egg of Texas-sized proportions. The 31-10 loss in Orchard Park, New York is a demoralizing one that has left Cowboys Nation with more questions than answers. Why is there such a large disparity between how the team plays at home versus on the road? Is the loss of Jonathan Hankins the only reason the defense gave up 266 yards rushing to James Cook, Ty Johnson, and Josh Allen? Was bad weather conditions the sole reason for the offense's ineptitude? So many questions need answers, but those questions can wait for another day. The Dallas Cowboys clinched a playoff spot before kickoff on Sunday afternoon, thanks to losses by Green Bay and Atlanta along with a victory by Detroit. Postseason play is guaranteed for the Cowboys for the third year in a row. This marks the third straight season with a playoff berth, the franchise's first occurrence since a 6-season stretch from 1991 to 1996. All possibilities are still on the table with 3 games left to go in the regular season, but today we will analyze Dallas's top 3 most likely outcomes. Each scenario will detail Dallas' path along with any help needed from other teams to achieve that result. Current probability projections, provided by ESPN. First, let's talk about the possibility of winning the division before diving into the seeding chances. No team has repeated as NFC East champions since the Eagles' run in the early 2000s. The NFC East crown is still very much alive for both the Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. They are tied with a 10-4 record, of which the Cowboys currently hold the tiebreaker over the Eagles. This is where it gets confusing. If both teams win the rest of their games and finish the season with identical 13-4 records, the Eagles would hold the tiebreaker after 5 layers of tiebreaker scenarios. The easiest path for the Cowboys is to finish with a better record than the Eagles, but let's pretend that both teams will finish the season on 3-game win streaks. This is a tie based on the fact the teams split the season series with home victories. Philadelphia won the Week 9 matchup 28-23, while the Cowboys won in Week 14 with a 33-13 victory. Both teams would be tied with 5-1 division records, with each team's one loss being to each other. There is a scenario where Dallas wins this tiebreaker if each team loses one more game. Philadelphia plays 2 of their last 3 games versus the New York Giants, led by Tommy "Cutlets" DeVito. They would have to lose one of those games, and Dallas' one additional loss cannot be Week 18 at the Washington Commanders. Mailbag: why not more recognition for Lamb? After extending his touchdown streak to 6 games on Sunday, I noticed that CeeDee Lamb is currently the only wide receiver in the NFL with more than 100 catches and at least 10 rushes. So why doesn't he seem to get the same recognition as those like Tyreek Hill, A.J. Brown, and Justin Jefferson? Few are doing what he's doing. Is he not flashy enough? Seriously, where would this team be without him? They sure wouldn't be where they are right now, without their number 1 receiver. Remember, he was voted to the Pro Bowl last year, so someone was noticing what he is doing. Not to worry about what the national media does or doesn't do. Opposing defensive coordinators understand what CD can do and is doing by sending so many double teams at him. You rarely see a corner traveling with him. And what they fear most is his ability to turn into a running back after the catch. That is recognition enough. And all that counts for CD is for the Cowboys to recognize his talent with that upcoming long-term contract. Remember what head coach Mike McCarthy said about him: he will be with the Cowboys for a long time. Nuff said. I would make the argument that he is picking up the respect he deserves a little bit more with each week that passes. In the past, it was probably more of an issue of consistency and stacking solid performances together that kept him out of the first tier of receiver talent. But that consistency has not only been present this season, but it's also been amplified to help power the offense. Lamb will pick up more attention as the season goes on at this pace. This past Sunday, the 12th, Dallas Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb revealed that he believes that there is no other player better than him in the position in the entire NFL. In conversation with journalist David Moore, from the Dallas Morning News, shortly after the Texan franchise's 49-17 victory over the New York Giants, the athlete made clear his opinion about his performance. "I'm the best receiver in this game and there's no doubt about that. If there is, I'll see you again next week," he said. In the game against the Giants, Lamb had 11 receptions for 151 yards and a touchdown. Thus, the player became the first in league history to have at least 10 receptions and 150 yards in 3 consecutive games. First-round pick in the 2020 draft, the wide receiver is experiencing the best moment of his career, as in 9 games, he has already accumulated 68 receptions for 975 yards, being the third receiver in the category, behind only A.J. Brown, of the Philadelphia Eagles, and Tyreek Hill of the Miami Dolphins. Highlighter, CB Bryce Callahan could be a plausible late free agent addition for Dallas Cowboys. With training camp starting in less than a week, the Dallas Cowboys appear to be in a good position regarding their roster ahead of the start of the 2023 season. The front office has worked hard to overhaul the group from a year ago using free agency, draft and trades to acquire talent on both sides of the football to build a roster that would compete in the playoffs. However, one position that still appears to be up in the air for the Dallas Cowboys with the preseason quickly approaching is cornerback. Bleacher Report's Alex K. recently posted an article highlighting the most underrated free agents still available before training camp begins. One of the names K listed was CB Bryce Callahan, a veteran CB who has missed time in recent seasons due to various injuries, but has proven to be a quality option when he is on the field. He was a blessing for the Bolts, starting 11 of the 15 games he was available for, K said of Callahan. He earned a decent 64.2 grade from Pro Football Focus in those contests, while also surpassing or matching his previous career highs in interceptions, 3, one of which was returned for his first career score, tackles, 47, and pass defenses, 6. Although Callahan is 31 years old, Dallas Cowboys have shown a willingness to sign defensive free agents past the age 30 mark. Callahan is also a more proven player than Shandon Sullivan in the slot, having started 56 games in his NFL career with 9 career INTs and 35 PBUs. Bryce Jordan Callahan, born October 23, 1991, is an American football cornerback who is a free agent. He played college football at Rice and signed with the Chicago Bears as an undrafted free agent in 2015. Callahan attended Cypress Woods High School, where he played football. Callahan was named to the 5A All-State First Team and Dave Campbell's Texas Football's 2009 All-Texas High School team. Callahan returned for his second season and was named the starting slot cornerback to begin the season. On September 19, 2016, in Week 2 against the Philadelphia Eagles on Monday Night Football, Callahan made a diving play to deflect a touchdown pass from quarterback Carson Wentz to tight end Brent Selleck. On October 9, he made a career-high 6 tackles but left early due to a hamstring injury against the Indianapolis Colts. On December 11, Callahan broke up a career-high 2 passes against the Detroit Lions. He finished his second season with 10 starts in 11 games, recording 32 tackles and 5 pass breakups. He returned 2 kicks and 1 punt, gaining a combined 20 yards. And you fan, what do you think of the Bryce Callahan situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.